We've all been there, a Sonic game gets announced, we get hyped, and the waiting period begins, full of anticipation and hope. Since I'm quite an older fan, I've seen most of the 3D games get announced, and surely been hyped for most of them, some more than others of course. In this video, I don't plan on going in depth with the games we ended up getting, just the waiting period before they released. I can't remember the announcements of Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Shuffle, just because of how young I was at the time, and because of this I will be excluding them out of this list, but bear in mind I enjoy those three titles a lot, and Sonic Adventure 1 is actually in my top 5 video games of all time. Keep in mind, just because certain games didn't make this list doesn't mean I dislike them. With all that said, let's begin. Back in April 2011, a new Sonic game was announced on Sega's Facebook page. This teaser trailer showed two versions of Sonic running through Green Hill Zone, Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic. More videos of Generations began surfacing on YouTube shortly after. This was incredible, as we'd never seen two versions of Sonic at one time, and seeing this immediately got my attention. I was so amazed with the trailers and gameplay we were getting. Modern Sonic looked great, Classic Sonic looked adorable, and I was so intrigued on how this game was going to pan out. More gameplay and trailers surfaced, and it got me even more hyped. I just couldn't believe the visuals for it, the fact we could play as Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic in reimagined stages that I grew up with over the years in both 3D and 2D, and the fact it was following Sonic Unleashed with the boost formula, a formula I grew to love at the time. A demo was finally released for the game of both Modern and Classic Sonic's Green Hill stage, and the hype and anticipation grew even more. This anniversary title is one I'll remember forever, and Sega should be genuinely proud of this one. So I was around 11 or 12 at the time Sonic 06 got announced, which I believe was in 2005. The first trailer of Sonic 06 was absolutely mind-blowing. It was the start of this next generation of consoles, so seeing the detail on Sonic and everything around him was nothing I'd ever seen before. It showed Sonic running at incredibly high speeds in this vast and lush open environment, destroying robots and eventually transforming into Super Sonic. I recall the E3 trailer dropping and seeing all these characters running through all these stages, that being Sonic, Shadow and Silver. Silver definitely got my attention, you know, being the new character and everything, but he looked great and I couldn't wait to see more of him. I also remember seeing Sonic running through this town, something we hadn't really seen since Sonic Adventure, so that hyped me even more. I think what made me so excited was the fact it was Sonic on a new console, as well as seeing 3 individual stories, adventure-type gameplay, a new hedgehog character, towns, and overall it was like a dream game. Did I like Sonic 06 when it came out? To be honest, yeah, I was 12 when it came out and I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. Me and my brother did realise it was quite buggy and, you know, it has quite a lot of problems, obviously, and it was hit or miss in certain areas, but we still enjoyed it nonetheless, and I still do to this day. Oh boy, so I'm not sure where to begin with this one. I can't quite remember the first trailer for this game and where I first saw it and when I did actually, possibly GameSpot or IGN, but what I do remember is finding out about this game through a gaming magazine or something. At the time, and to this day in fact, Shadow has always been one of my favourite video game characters, for many different reasons, and to find out he was getting his own video game was quite surprising and genuinely exhilarating. Sure, we had played as Shadow in other games beforehand, but this was different. He was the central character here, and the only playable character at that. What shocked me the most about this game was learning it had guns. That was surprising to say the least. It was a drastic change compared to previous titles, but the fact that it was a Shadow spin-off game is what earned the anticipation the most. I was just so excited to primarily play as him. It's actually quite funny because I wasn't legally allowed to play this game at the time due to the violence with the guns and the aliens and all that stuff, because I was 11 and the game was rated at 12+, so imagine a Sonic fan suddenly not being able to legally play what is essentially a Sonic game. Well, spin-off I suppose. So that made the waiting period even longer, but again, that caused the anticipation to grow even larger. It's an okay game, not great, but I definitely had some good experiences with it, along with some pretty awful experiences too. I recall the first trailer for this game being Sonic whistling, he's throwing a ring in the air, and shortly after this, big muscular arm slams onto the surface. I don't quite remember my initial feelings after seeing this. There was some hype, some confusion, maybe a bit of hesitation, but of course anticipation. It was a new 3D mainline Sonic game, and after the odd place Sonic was in at the time, I couldn't help but think, what is this game? What is this game going to be like? Well, after seeing some gameplay, I was sold. Sonic was blasting through stages at extremely high speeds. I'm pretty sure we hadn't seen Sonic go this fast since maybe Speed Break in Sonic and the Secret Rings or the max speed stages in Sonic 06. But even then, the boost was the central mechanic for Day Sonic in Sonic Unleashed, so you're pretty much going this fast most of the time, not just in certain areas like the other games. Seeing the Werehog, while of course there was some confusion as to why Sonic was this werewolf-like creature, it didn't change the fact that his gameplay looked fun and different, and I was willing to give it a chance. Many might disagree with me here, but seeing the hub worlds in a YouTube video before the game was released just made me even more hyped. Running around the towns and exploring was something I enjoyed doing in previous Sonic games such as Sonic Adventure and Sonic 06, so knowing this game had them too sold me even more. Before I forget, the visuals for this game are just mesmerizing. It was like looking at a Pixar movie or something. The visuals were just unbelievable, and I still look back at them and genuinely believe they somewhat hold up to today's standards. To this day, Sonic Unleashed is easily one of my favourite Sonic games of all time. Now, I know it's a game, and it may sound silly to some, but this game just always makes me smile and sends me into this happy and positive mood whenever I play it. There's always been something about this game that just makes me happy, and this applies to me before the game even released, back when I first got the game and still to this day. I remember me and my brother first finding out about this game through a gaming magazine. It might have been Game Pro or something like that, because at the time I can't quite remember if we had an internet service to look up game trailers on gaming websites. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer on TV and maybe looked gameplay and trailers up at my school too. It's all quite vague because that was many years ago, around 17 to 18 years ago. But unlike Adventure 1 and 2, I can remember the anticipation and waiting period for Sonic Heroes. Every time me and my brother went into stores and supermarkets, we would go through all the different gaming magazines and try and find new screenshots of the game and anything else to do with the game, such as general information. We were just so excited because we were able to play as all our favourite characters but in teams and being able to switch between them in every stage. We were crazy about Sonic due to playing Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 and all the classics of course, and Heroes was no different. It felt like the waiting period was gonna last forever. It felt like this game was never going to release. The day finally came, but I believe it was a school day, so you can imagine how long that school day was. Finally, it was in our hands. What a game. Just nothing but happy vibes and memories with it. I love Sonic Heroes. So that's pretty much it then. All these games hold a very special place in my heart, even the games that didn't make the list. The Sonic series is a series I hold very dear, and I cannot stress the love and appreciation I have for the developers behind these games and the community this series has created too. What Sonic games were you most anticipated about? I'd love to see them in the comments below. That's pretty much it for this video then. My name's Valcomia. Until next time.